Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars. AWBW, bringing you another lively game of the day. Today we are on From Wharfs to Wilds. This is a standard matchup with double base, airport, and no one comm tower and a port. So, pretty cool stuff, folks. Pretty cool stuff. This is like one of the most standard of standard maps on Advanced Wars by AWBW. Very cool, very cool. Now this map has a pretty cool dynamic because it's very, very easy to get to the center of the map for early reinforcements. But while it is very easy to get to the center of the map, you have to send things to the side. So it becomes a three-fronted battle with only base light. So very cool stuff can happen on this map, folks. Now this one was suggested in the comments of one of my most recent videos, actually. So yeah, we're gonna go over this one, see what happened in the live league. Now we have Po2and and Ayrwyn as our players today, and we have Kindle and Andy. So as we know, Kindle as a day-to-day ability will get 140% firepower, or plus 40% firepower on cities, urban terrain. Her normal co-power will do 2 damage globally to all opposing units on urban terrain, and also increase her firepower bonus to 80%, plus 80%. And her super co-power will give her 3% extra firepower per city owned, and also increase the firepower bonus on cities to like 130%. So something crazy ridiculous like that, folks. Kindle is a force to be reckoned with. And we also have Andy, old average Andy. Day-to-day abilities include nothing, but what he does have is his co-power and his super co-power, which will heal him by 2 globally for the co-power, and the super co-power will heal him by 5 globally, increase his movement range by 1, and give him a small firepower bonus. So Andy, cool CO. I love Andy. He's kind of dumb, but you gotta love him, folks. You gotta love him. Gotta love him for what he is, folks. And what he is the field medic extraordinaire. Alrighty, folks. So those are our COs. Those are our players. This is our map. So let's go ahead and see what happened in the live league today. So, folks, you guys know the deal. On the first few days, it is the standard infantry builds, because you gotta get the infantry on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by AWBW. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by AWBW is make sure you drink plenty of water, because you get very dehydrated sometimes, and it's very important to stay hydrated, especially when you're in the midst of terrifying combat. Alrighty, folks, so Po2and going ahead and skipping one of the early properties here, and he's going to be going for this neutral property over here, which is very contested. So going for this property is a fairly good idea, especially as Kindle, because once she grabs the property, it's going to be very difficult for Ayrwyn or Andy player to actually flip that property later on. Now, I wonder if Ayrwyn is going to be doing the same thing, you know? Nope, not going to be doing the same thing, because that is a crazy thing to do, because once Poland captures this property here, is going to be able to move this infantry right here and then interrupt the capture, and then we are not going to get that property, and then we're going to be delayed over here. So we don't want to be doing that. That is a terrible thing to do. Alright, folks, so another double infantry build here from the old Ayrwyn. So very nice stuff, folks. Yeah, let's see what Poland does. He's going for another semi-contested property. Now, these properties here are not like super contested, but this property on the corner, I find, falls under attack way more than the ones in the center. So, let's see what happens with that. But we do have more infantry builds here. Poland is going to be able to capture this property uncontested, because Ayrwyn is not in position to capture. And you don't really want to interrupt a Kindle cap and infantry unless you absolutely have to. More than likely, or more so, the best way to do this is to actually go up with 2 units, because 1 unit is just going to get completely blasted. The trade is most likely going to be even, and you don't want that, folks. You don't want that at all. Alright, so more infantry builds over here from the Ayrwyn. Jumping in infantry over here, it looks like we may actually be going for these properties over here in the corner. Now, there is lots of money to get in the corners over here, folks. That is about 4 to 5K over here in the corner, because you got 4 here and you got 5 with the airport. So capping this corner, incredibly important on this map. You want to be getting that corner. You don't want to get denied early on that corner. So Poland's going tank, obviously. You gotta be going tank. You got 7k left in the bank, you're going tank. Tank on the weak side over here. Well, I don't know if this is necessarily considered the weak side, but I would consider this side over here and this side over here for Blue Moon to be the weaker of the two fronts, because you don't actually have the airport reinforcement. So yeah, it's a little bit weaker over there for sure. Now this is kind of a risky move over here from Ayrwyn, because we could technically go in with infantry and attack right here, and we can get away pretty much scot-free because the tank is going to be getting down here. Infantry takes the hit, then tank moves up. We can move infantry back, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6. I guess it doesn't cover like directly, but it would still be kind of iffy. But if we did go for that attack, then we do delay the capture of the corner by quite a bit. So I'm very curious to see if Poland, in his almighty experience, goes for that attack or not. So let's see. Yes, he does. Absolutely. Goes for it. Kind of a bad trade, to be honest. I mean, 6-7 is not really necessarily like the best trade. But, you know, it's not too bad. What you really want is like an 8-6. 8-6 is probably like your best case scenario. All right. So Poland is going to be capturing the comm tower here. Ayrwyn goes up for a good interrupt with the mountain as his defensive terrain here. So that is 40% defense versus 40% offense. So you do get quite a bit of defense there. So basically, Kindle's firepower is negated more or less. This is a nice move right here. So we got attacked, so we might as well attack back, and we attack from the mountain and get that defensive terrain once again, right? So not too shabby. Builds the anti-air, anticipating the battlecopter build. Considering that Poland has 12k banked up this turn, we can definitely anticipate a battlecopter coming out. Like, it's almost guaranteed. I mean, it's not necessarily guaranteed, but when you got 12k, you know, and it's base light, you want to be getting copters out. I think copters are a really good idea in base light. You know, you want to get them on the field. You want to start harassing your opponent with them. Plus, copters on this map are especially good. You know, you can get a copter down here. Anti-air starts chasing it. Let's say the anti-air goes over here to chase it, right? Battlecopter just front switches over here, and now it's attacking the middle. Anti-air would have to switch over here, you know, follow it. Then all of a sudden, battlecopter comes over here, starts harassing this side. Anti-air moves down here, battlecopter moves up here, anti-air moves here, battlecopter moves back over here. You know, tons and tons of harassing options from the battlecopters. Now, mind you, at the exact same time, Andy could potentially bust out a battlecopter of his own and cover this square, or cover like this side, and the anti-air could cover over here, forcing the battlecopter to actually fight in the mid. But, you know, you never know. You never know what's going to happen, folks. This is a beautiful attack right here from Ayrwyn, though. This is a free infantry hit. This tank is not in position to actually do anything right here, so beautiful hit. Absolutely. Oh, we don't get the clear. That's unfortunate. So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't get the clear on this infantry. I think there's a possibility to get the clear here, but it's kind of a low chance. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. It would have been nice for Ayrwyn to get that cleared, but doesn't manage to get it. So unfortunately, that is a thing that happened. Not really overly big deal though, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like super bad or anything. Technically, this property isn't even supposed to be owned by Poland. It's supposed to be owned by Ayrwyn, considering they got that. Or maybe it's like reversed. I can't remember. But either way, properties, you know, you got to get them. Easy clear on a 1 HP infantry there. Absolutely no contest, that's for sure, folks. Ooh, bringing the... It's an interesting placement over here from this tank. Obviously, he's going to be buying another tank to complete the chain. Yep. Sacks the infantry into this infantry here to do 1 extra damage. It's not too bad. Yeah, double tank turn. That's pretty good. It's pretty good from old Poland here. So your opponent goes anti-air, right? Go tanks. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what you do. Your opponent's going to go anti-air, you go tanks. If your opponent's going to go tech up, then you tech up bigger than them. Just don't be stinky. That's the only thing. You know, if they go stinky boys, maybe you got to bust out a mega tank, you know? Crazy things. Crazier things have happened. I like this play, though, over here from Ayrwyn. So it goes in for the capture. It knows it can't be interrupted by infantry. The only way that this capture is going to be interrupted is if the tank actually goes in and interrupts it. The tank is fairly overextended at the moment. If he does decide to go in for this attack, we got a battlecopter tank over here to be able to take care of this tank no problem. Tank is most likely going to be running away though. Probably over here, I don't know, probably get away from like tank reinforcement. Maybe send him over here. But if he sends him over here, then he's so far away from the center that it's kind of risky. What I could see Poland maybe doing in this situation is bring the infantry maybe right here, bring the tank right here, bring this tank over here or something, you know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is Live League, folks. You know, nobody plays perfect in Live League. Even the best of players sometimes will make some sloppy plays, but you know, that's the beautiful thing about Live League, folks. It is a wonderful time. Wonderful time looking over the old Live League. It's a beautiful place. Alright, so we're not able to interrupt the capture here. And this is going to allow Ayrwyn to actually capture 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be capturing 4 properties this turn. That's going to boost our overall income up to 15,000 per turn. Plus, we're going to be lowering Poland's overall income to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we didn't do it. We didn't do it yet. Ah, I ruined it. So it would have been so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, but no. Had to move some infantry first, you know. That's unfortunate, but whatever. So he could go in. He could capture this. I think maybe he's debating on whether or not it's worth it to capture this. Because if he does go in and capture it, he is going to get blasted with a tank. He's going to get blasted with an infantry, and then Poland is just going to move an infantry onto this property anyways. So that could be what the hesitation here is. I could definitely see that being possible. Let's see what he does. Is he going to play safe and bring the infantry back, or is he going to just capture it and allow the destruction of that? Unfortunately, he's got nothing in position to interrupt a capture if Poland does decide to do a move like that. So he just goes for the capture. Okay, very cool. I guess technically he would, because he would move the infantry right here, right? But, alright, so we're going to go with the income, folks. We're going to go with the 15,000 income next turn, so that's very nice. Poland does have 15,600 funds right now. So he's in a fairly good spot overall, but he has lost quite a few units already through the combat here, so very interesting. Very interested to see what is going to be happening here. Now, like I said, Poland, he's got to move, right? He can move here, he can move here, and then, well, he can move here with tank. He can move, which one? This guy. He can move here with infantry, then he can capture. And that should more or less guarantee that capture. I mean, if he's a little bit worried about the infantry, he could move this infantry like right here to sort of guard that tile a little bit, but I mean, I don't really think it's super necessary. If he does go infantry here, Ayrwyn does have a play with the anti-air, where he could anti-air strike over here and then maybe break that open, but then he wouldn't really have any other options for interrupting the capture. He would have to go in with tank, and then that would leave his tank at a terrible position, because this tank, like, all Poland would do at that point is move his infantry off of that position, move the tank onto the city, and take a massive Kindle shot onto that guy. With the comm tower, that's 150%. But he does go for that play, so very nice. Very nice indeed, yo. Very nice indeed, yo. You know what? If he did want to absolutely guarantee the cap, he could just move the infantry here too. But that would allow for 1 infantry hit here, so I don't know. You know what? I think Poland is just going to get that property, because I don't really see too many viable ways to go up and actually interrupt it. Although, you know what we could do? We could potentially, like, if this is a one-shot, which it could quite possibly be, but it might not be. It might only do, like, I don't know, 90-ish% damage. But If he does one-shot that, technically this tank can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could forget about the property altogether and actually just take a tank strike right here. So that's also a possibility. And Poland didn't actually build a battlecopter this turn, so there's no battlecopter reinforcement over here. This tank would be by itself temporarily. So doing a move like that, where you forego a little bit of income, take an advantage tempo-wise with a tank hit, could be worth it, or it could not be worth it. Who knows? You never know, folks. You never know. But I am very curious to see what Ayrwyn is going to be doing here, so let's see what they decide to do. Now, we're under double anti-air threat over here on the right-hand side. These guys are going to be coming in hot. I mean, you can come in one on one side, you can come in one on the other side, but, I mean, like, I don't know, we'll see. Technically, we can't... Oh, wait. It's Ayrwyn's turn, though. Right? Yeah. Ooh, we get the one shot. Okay, so... This is what I'm talking about, right? I want to see. I want to see what's going to happen here, folks. And I'm pretty sure that all you guys watching out there, the 99% male and less than 1% female viewers here, I think we do want to see what is going to be happening. What is going to happen? Are we going to go in? Are we going to attack the infantry? Or are we going to go in with the tank and attack the tank? Because, I mean, if we lose the property, it's not really, like, game ending or anything. Because we're going to cap a property down here. We still have this property. We still have this property. Poland is going to capture this property over here. Right? But the income is going to be even. Right? And we take the tank strike. Beautiful. Alright. So, yeah. I think that's probably the best choice in this scenario. You know, you just ignore the capture. It's not worth it. If we go in and we attack the capture, or attack the infantry that is capturing, you know, like I said, you get tank striked, right? And that's bad. And then infantry would just move right here, and then he could build a battlecopter. The anti-air can't push out to get to the battlecopter. This tank could just move over here. Or move over here too, and actually threaten a wraparound attack over here. So, yeah, I think that's the best option right here. Battlecopter moving over here to take a strike on this infantry, great move as well. That's very, very safe, very safe. Going up to attack the infantry, unfortunately gets countered by 1 damage actually, which is kind of surprising. But you know, it's Advanced Wars. Luck. Luck is a thing, folks. So I like this. This is a great play by Ayrwyn. I think this is a really good move. Good awareness of the situation, too. So Poland is still a little bit away from actually getting a co-power as well. But it looks like he is going to be moving in, folks. He's moving in with 2 anti-airs. He took the tank strike. So this guy's going to get healed up to 7 next turn. So, I mean, that's a thing. So it's going to be a 7 versus an 8 tank. Battlecopters could clear. But if the battlecopters stick around here, they're going to get blasted with anti-air. So essentially, you might be trading a 7,000 GP tank for 18,000 funds worth of battlecopters, which I probably wouldn't suggest doing that. It's like not the best thing. Not the best thing. Alright, taking a more defensive position than I thought he was going to. I thought he was kind of just gonna like hover around here, but he's moving here. This actually allows the battle, or the... Ooh, actually, he can't escape this way. He has to escape this way. Like, he can't push up into that. Very interesting. Nice. Wow. Poland is just going in over here. Like, 100%. Alright, cool. Let's see if it pays off here, folks. Alright. Yeah, Ayrwyn. What are the options here, though? That's the real question, you know? What are the options? Does he stay here and fight a losing battle, or does he pull back? You know, does he try to push up into this, like, little situation that's going on here? Or does he pull back? I think in this scenario, he's probably going to pull back. Especially with Urban Blight on the way, you know. I think he's going to pull back. Oh my god. Okay. Maybe not, folks. Maybe not. Okay. Battlecopter is going in and attacking this tank. Battlecopter is moving in and attacking another tank. That's actually out of the range of anti-air, which is fan-flippin'-tastic. So that's taking out 2 tanks for the price of 1 copter. No copter. No, 1 copter, yeah. Because there's one anti-air strike. So we take out 2 tanks for the price of 1 battlecopter here, which is pretty good. I like that. That is pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Now, Poland is going to have his co-power here, so that is going to be able to do that 3 damage globally to anything that is on urban terrain here. So any captures that Ayrwyn is going for this turn might not actually work out. They might not. But if he doesn't pop the co-power, he does get away scot-free with this capture. Ooh, unless Poland brings in the tank to interrupt. He could bring in the tank to interrupt, and that would negate that little old attack. But he pops the Urban Blight, so now the tank is free to do whatever it wants. So we interrupt this cap, that cap, this cap, that cap, and this cap. Like, wow. That is a lot of income that we are not going to be getting next turn. Nice. Well-timed Urban Blight. Nice tank strike over here, too. I'm kind of surprised that he went over here. I kind of just thought he was going to pull back into the middle, but I guess he doesn't want to have, like, a big brawl in the middle. Like, maybe that's what's going on. I feel like Andy kind of likes the big brawls, though. But, I don't know. You know what? We're not going to worry about it, folks. Alright, so day 12, and it is Ayrwyn's turn, and we are threatening a capture on one of the properties here. Oh boy, that might be bad. Let's see what he decides to do here. So he's going to be getting 1 cap here, so that was guaranteed. He's going to still get this cap next turn. He's going to get this cap next turn. This cap is probably not gonna happen because of the infantry right here, but we'll see. Alright, so most important thing about playing as Andy or playing against Andy is keeping your units alive, right? So this 1 HP tank manages to escape with 1 HP. It's gonna come back with 6 HP when the hyper upgrade actually happens here. Beautiful shift over with the battlecopter. You want to be getting the heck away from those guys, so that is wonderful. Now, it does look like Poland, if he wants to negate this capture, he could actually go in with tank anti-air and clear this anti-air, but hyper upgrade is going to be coming very, very soon, and that's going to be 2 fresh tanks, and then this battlecopter could easily just shift right back over to this fight and be able to do some maximum carnage. And the only way to actually clear this tank is with tank strike plus anti-air strike. So that would be taking 1 anti-air out of the equation, like automatically. So I don't know. Oh, and it goes in with battlecopter. Okay, so that's even better. So now we have 3 attackers. No, 4 attackers. Sorry, my bad. Plus infantry if he actually goes in and does that attack. Which is probably not gonna happen. I don't know. It could potentially happen. It's... Oh, no. No. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He couldn't reach with the anti-air anyways. So... I don't know what the thought process with that one is, but either way. Alright, so he goes in. He goes in for a big attack, right? This is... It's not like the worst, but it's very well defended though, you know? Because, I mean, we can attack the tank. We can't clear the tank. We can't actually, you know what? This is not bad. This is a not bad setup from Poland. I don't mind this because the only way that we can get to the anti-air is to clear the infantry. right? And the only way to clear the infantry is to attack with tank battlecopter, because this tank's already in the way, right? So he can't actually move out of the way here. So I mean, yeah, and this guy can't make it over here. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, I think we're gonna lose 2 tanks out of this situation, but like all in all, that's a pretty good setup. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so we didn't clear this infantry. If we do get hyper upgrade next turn, then we do guarantee that capture. So that property might get flipped. It definitely might get flipped. Or we lose a tank to double battlecopter strike over here. So that's kind of unfortunate. But that does solidify the hyper upgrade, because now all we really need to do is take 1 engagement. 1 measly little engagement, and then we have hyper upgrade, folks. Easily, like, you know, anti-air into a battlecopter strike will easily do it. So yeah, 100%. And then we pop the hyper upgrade. We get those heals. Everything is feeling peachy, folks. What a nice move. So 94,000, and we get all the way up to 63,900. Right? And yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the power to get through that. So what is going to be happening here? Now, we're definitely going to be capping this property, right? So we cap that property, we cap this property. So that's 19 to 1,500 right now, which is a dream come true for Andy players all around the world. All Andy players really want to see is Andy beat Kindle. That's it. That's like their main goal. Their main goal in life is to see Andy players beat Kindle. And that's it. Now, you can fact check me on that. You know, maybe some people will say differently, but I'm telling you, as a Andy player, the only thing that we really care about is beating Kindle. That's it. We don't care about anything else, just beating Kindle. That's what it is. But I wouldn't say that Poland is out of the running yet. Now, he's a little bit behind, right? But you know, he's got money. You know, he can get the double tanks out every turn. He can get tank anti-air out every single turn. Like, he's got some options here for sure. Might fall a little bit short in the aerial combat game overall here, but we'll see. So let's see what he does with the Urban Blight, right? So he does have the Urban Blight banked up. And this battlecopter is running wild up here. Yeah, that battlecopter is uncontested for a short while, so that's very nice. Pulls back the forces, re-walls up the property, so that we are going to be guaranteeing a property flip here. So very nice. Builds anti-air, builds tanks, so obvious builds for sure. And it is day 14. Now our Andy clears a tank, clears an infantry, brings an infantry over, attacks a tank, attacks a capping infantry, brings the anti-air over, and is now going for a little movement over here. But we are going to be threatening a capture over here on this property very, very soon. We're not going to go for it this turn, but we're threatening it. So there is a threat. There is a big stinking threat over there, folks. Beautiful, beautiful little threat. But unfortunately, oh, Ayrwyn getting classy up in here, folks. Busts out the classy medium tank. What a gorgeous sight. You know, it is something to behold, folks. You love to see it. You love to see them get built in Advance Wars, you know. Like I said in previous videos, some people say that medium tanks are yucky. Yeah. That's what I said. Who would say that, folks? Who would say that? I don't know. Crazy, crazy folks. Medium tanks deserve respect. Alright, folks, let's carry on here. What the heck just happened here? Okay, I thought that tank attacked for some reason. Maybe it didn't. Okay. Another thing to note is it is day 15, and both players have managed their time very, very well. So you can see the Poland over here is sitting at 9 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock, and Ayrwyn is sitting at 14 minutes and 37 seconds, so just a minute short of the old elite, but is doing very, very well on time management here. So Poland is actually forced to retreat, so can't really fight into this right now, but does have a massive tank force up here. So, but Ayrwyn's got the medium tank, folks. Ayrwyn's got the medium tank, so that medium tank is going to be rushing in here. Ayrwyn also able to just bully these units over here, and is going to have another uncontested capture over here, bringing that total income back up to 19,000. Poland is sitting at 16,000 due to this flip over here, so they're in a fairly good spot. They are able to build some units. But Ayrwyn busting out another medium tank. Busting out another classy boy. And this is actually a great situation to be busting out the classy boy chain, because really, the only thing that Poland can do in order to counter these medium tanks is, one, either build some indirects, two, maybe build some battlecopters, but they can't really effectively build their own medium tanks or their own counter to it. Now, it does have 17,000 funds right now, so it is a possibility that he could start busting out the medium tanks and attacking, but once these medium tanks start doing combat with other medium tanks, it's just, that's Andy's game, folks. Andy's game. He loves the tech up warfare because he goes in, takes an attack, runs away, comes back healed, rinse and repeat. Ayrwyn is the winner today. Poland has resigned over here on day 16. Fairly justified. I mean, we're about to lose this side. We're going to lose another flip. That's going to be another property over here. Ayrwyn's going to be at 19. It looks like we might potentially lose this front over here because these guys are just rushing in with the medium tanks. That would eventually force Poland to start pushing into the center. That would end up losing the corner over here. These units would start pushing over here, and this army would just follow wherever this army goes once we start securing this area, right? Anti-air is going to be able to get in position to lock the airport, and then just slowly but surely, I believe that Andy would just completely suffocate Kindle in this situation and just, you know, heal his brains out. And that's it, folks. But that was the match today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribe. And if you want to support the channel further, you could consider becoming a channel member. But until next time, folks, I wish you all a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.